Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. For today's episode, I want to talk about Femi. Now, for some of you Gen Zs who don't know who Femi is, let me give a bit of a background. Femi is an Afrobeat singer who started singing in the early 2000s. Now, during the early 2000s, we were used to ghetto kind of songs. We're talking about Baba Frayo, we're talking about Danfo Drivers, we're talking about Daddy Shoki. These were the known ghetto artists then. So it was okay. But we now had people trickling in, people giving us kind of blues vibe, love song and all that, Style Plus, Two Face, P Square. So the ghetto vibe kind of died down, and that was when Femi kind of started his music career. But he made a name for himself, but quickly fizzled out. He was in a group called Junglist. Now, after that, Femi continues as a single artist, and he made music, but it wasn't that hit. It wasn't a hit song or anything like that. Now, during all this time, so Femi was still making music and still, trying to do one or two things. According to him, he went into business. He was doing business. He was in a relationship. He had 2 kids outside marriage, but according to what he's saying, he married his now ex, Blessing Rawa. So they were in a relationship. She was a businesswoman. He was trying to get into business, and they were just living a normal life, with kind of blended family with his two children from 2 different women from when he was he was in the ghetto basically. So Blessing tried to brush up Femi, and according to the reports, she put in a lot of money into his music career, and Femi came out with Double Wahala in 2015. Double Wahala became a hit. I remember I was in a library, I was in school in a library when I heard Double, because I was just playing some music and I heard Double Wahala. It was like I had to step out to properly enjoy the song. That was how captivating it was at that point. And Instagram wasn't what it is today, so it was you have very few music and it will easily go viral, and Femi was that artist. He became viral. Like Femi, people started knowing. In fact, I didn't know Femi then. It was even after Double Wahala that I was like, oh, it was this guy singing, Junglist and all those kind of things. So people started knowing Femi. When he started touring around the world, meeting new people, he kind of fell out with his then wife and or fiancé, whatever the situation was at that point, Blessing Rawa, who allegedly sponsored his music video for Double Wahala. Now Double Wahala became even a bigger success, and he featured the band. It was massive. They made it like P Square video, Do Me. So it was big. Now after that success, Femi was traveling around the world. He was meeting new people. Now status has elevated. His taste has elevated. He was now meeting new people. That was when he fell out with his then wife, Blessing Rawa. What actually happened was that he put up a post on Instagram accusing her of betraying him, accusing her of so many things. And Blessing came out, and because then Blessing was always posting about the taking care of his kids, taking care of his mother. She was more like, she was a wife, which he confirmed that he actually married Blessing. So it was shocking when he posted that on Instagram, accusing Blessing of all these things. Blessing in turn released her own statement accusing Femi of being ungrateful, that she sponsored all his music video, and to pay her back, he is doing all these things. Femi came out, denied the whole thing, saying that Blessing is lying. She doesn't have money. He has money. He did all these things. It was just back and forth, back and forth. Blessing, on the other hand, is a very successful businesswoman. She has a clothing line, so she's doing well for herself. That relationship fizzled out. Now we're just sitting there minding our business. Femi posted that he's engaged to Nabila Fash. On my own, I was like, Nabila. Nabila is this posh PhD. She's a doctor, very posh lady. She's into corporate work. She's doing very well for herself. She's not married. I mean, I think what happened was that Nabila got to the age where she felt, okay, she needs to get married and have a child. And for some reason, she met Oritse Femi and decided that would be her last bus stop. Oritse Femi, on the other hand, trying to clean up his image, decided to marry Nabila. They started dating, they got married. It was a huge wedding. I think it was the wedding that they got married the same day as another celebrity. I can't remember, but Oritse Femi said his wedding is way bigger than that of the other celebrity. Anyway, they got married. They started living together. I think this was in 2019 or 2018. Now, we're just sitting and minding our business. Everybody knew that marriage will not last because Nabila is posh. Nabila is a very corporate person. She minds her business. Oritse Femi is I am not even trying to put him down, but he's streets. He before Portable there was Oritse Femi, okay? Before Portable is doing craze right now, but Oritse Femi was that person. So you could imagine Portable getting married to, who would I even mention right now? That is that is out there. So people knew that this marriage is not going to last. There's a problem here. Like, unless Oritse Femi, according to him, he has changed. He wants to be a responsible man. Nabila literally cleaned up Oritse Femi's image because she's a PR person. So that went well. And then one day we're just sitting there minding our business on social media. Nabila started posting. Gist Love actually broke the news that Oritse Femi is cheating on his wife. Nabila and Oritse Femi came out, debunked the whole thing, saying that Gist Lover is trying to ruin their marriage or spoil their marriage, that nothing of sort happened. Now, according to Nabila said she heard the news. She asked her husband, Oritse Femi, he denied it, but it was his daughter, because she took in the responsibility of raising his children. He has 2 children, 2 daughters from a previous relation, like other children, but these were the ones that she actually took responsibility of. According to her, the daughters approached her to say that they don't like what the dad is doing, that the dad actually brought in women. We're not talking about 1, we're not talking about 2. Like when she goes to work, Oritse Femi will bring in women allegedly into their matrimonial bed, and they will do stuff and then she will leave. So Nabila came out and said she has confirmed what Gist Lover said, and that actually came from Oritse Femi's daughter. For somebody to to tell against their father, I mean, maybe it was just getting too much and she couldn't handle it, so she told Nabila. Nabila came out and started cursing the person or the people that were coming into her matrimonial home to sleep with her husband. That why would anybody do such a thing? Like, okay, you're cheating. She said she already knew that Oritse Femi was cheating, but the fact that he brought in women into their matrimonial bed was like the last straw. Oritse Femi denied that he always denied things, that he never brought in any woman into the matrimonial home, saying that even that day that they're accusing him of, that he never had any intercourse on that day. It was such a back and forth. And then Caroline got into the mix, because I think Caroline was friends with Nabila first, and she was trying to defend her friend. And Caroline already left her marriage, so I think she was kind of telling Nabila to leave Oritse Femi. Oritse Femi came out, called out Caroline, saying that Caroline is this, Caroline is that. There was another friend who was in the UK, and according to Oritse Femi, he had slept with that one several times, and that one is trying to ruin the marriage, not telling Nabila that they've had, like, it was such a mess. It was a mess on social media, like in every level. It was such a disgrace. Like people were telling, when people already know, it wasn't a surprise, it wasn't shocking. According to Nabila, she's had several miscarriages, and he was busy having children. He had like 2 children from 2 different women when they were married. One of them, when they were dating, he impregnated that one, and she was thinking, okay, this is a one-off. Now that they are married, he actually impregnated that one again for the second time during their marriage. So it was crazy. And then Nabila came out, because people were thinking this is just Instagram banter, like Nabila, if you're going to leave the marriage, you leave the marriage. If you're not leaving the marriage, stop, stressing our lives. Nabila went on under the freeze to confirm that she's filing for a divorce. She's no longer with Oritse Femi, that she did everything for him. In fact, people started speculating that Nabila is the one feeding Oritse Femi and all those kind of things. Oritse Femi came out, denied the whole thing, that he has several plots of land. He has money, he has several plots of land. Anyway, that marriage ended. Now we're just sitting there minding our business, thinking Nabila has moved on, Oritse Femi has moved on. Oritse Femi granted an interview with Chude, and he is spilling the tea. Oritse Femi talked about Nabila having about 21 miscarriages, because according to him, Nabila accused him of not impregnating her and going about impregnating other people outside, like having children outside. Why? I think the reason why Nabila got married to Oritse Femi was to have children, and since that was not working, you get angry and you be like, oh, you cannot even give me a child, and you're busy impregnating everybody outside there. So according to Oritse Femi, the new interview, or the latest thing that he's saying right now, he said that Nabila had about 21 miscarriages, and then she's accusing him of not impregnating her, that he did his job. He did his job, just that it did not happen. People were kind of rubbed in a wrong way, because they said this is not something that you should kind of make fun of or try to score one on somebody who, yes, maybe he was exaggerating about the 21 miscarriages, but you shouldn't use that to score points. She was angry. Maybe she was angry when she said that you couldn't impregnate her, but because you're busy, having kids outside, and you have a wife inside, and she doesn't have a child. So I think that was what she meant, not meaning that he couldn't impregnate. Men, once you just attack their masculinity, especially their manhood, they will go low. So Oritse Femi came out, he was complaining about his former manager, his ex-wife, which is Blessing Rawa. He complained about Nabila Fash. He was just throwing accusation up and down. I don't even want to watch the full interview, because it's I don't know what Oritse Femi wants to say that is new. We know he's ghetto. He is, and I'm saying this not in a derogatory way, because that is where he is from. So it's just like, regardless of how you want to clean somebody up, you can try, but when that person is, you can pass through university. Once that university does not pass through you, you are done for it. Which is the same thing with Oritse Femi. He has had exposure and everything, but I don't think he is exposed, in the sense that, okay, you have a daughter who is about 20 years old, and you're still here accusing people of betraying you and all that. Oritse Femi needs to rest. But the reality is, somebody else is still going to marry him. Somebody else is still going to have him as a husband. He's still going to impregnate people who are willing to be impregnated. Listen, it is what it is. Because when he was married to, it was a big wedding when he and Nabila got married, and girls were still coming into the matrimonial home to sleep with him. It is what it is. Oritse Femi, rest. 2 women cannot be, we're not talking about baby mamas, we're talking about wives. They cannot all be crazy. They cannot all be wrong. They cannot all be, listen, chill. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today based on the Oritse Femi news. Do you think that Oritse Femi is crying wolf? Or do you think that he's trying to get things off his chest? Because sometimes you say that men don't talk. There are 2 sides to a story. There's always the side, the both side and the truth. Sometimes you also need to air out your own side, because according to Trude, he was contacted by Oritse Femi to tell his own side of the story. Do you think Oritse Femi needs to clear the air, or do you think that he's just trying to revive his cooling career? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Bye bye.